And I'm like, y'all already got the money, so what's going on?
Well, we in church. We shouldn't cuss and fuss about that. We just should relax and never say a mumbling word.
What, about the money?
Never said a mumbling word.
Yeah, right.
He never said a mumbling word.
Listen now,
for me.
Now you talking about that he's
Oh,
telling
I'm
for his
mixing.
blood.
Yeah. I'm mixing.
See now he's saying something, but he ain't saying what he's supposed to be saying.
Y'all want me to be quiet?
Live from downtown Detroit, it's No BS News Hour with my main man, Charlie LeDuff.
No bullshit!
Let's just breaking news. No more bullshit. No more bullshit.
All right, you want to know what bullshit is?
What?
Bidenomics. They're bullshit. They don't work. Look, inflation's up again, right? Higher if you're looking at the core numbers. That means credit card rates are up, right? So every time they raise it, the prime rate goes up, and then the credit card is now about 25% on average. That's what you're paying.
More for credit, right?
We just eclipsed $1 trillion in household credit card debt, a record.
Wow.
Okay? So, what are you going to do? You're in a pinch. Home equity loans, on average across the country, are 8.5%.
Interest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of 25, you know what I mean? If you have equity in your home, think about it. If you're feeling the pinch and you're living off that credit card, do it now.
So it's like a safe card transfer balancing that balance to something else and pay a lower interest rate.
Right, exactly. I mean, okay, so look, you can do that. You can call Hall Financial at 1-800-CALL-HALL or go to callhallfirst.com. And if you are buying that house, there's an offer, $1,000. Hall Finance is going to give you $1,000 back when your loan closes. So all you got to do is go to callhallfirst.com/Charlie, apparently.
Oh.
It's that's $1,000.
Your own page. Wow.
You guys aren't in on it. Callhallfirst.com,
Wow,
Charlie,
Mark.
or call 1-800-CALL-HALL. All right. I want to say this before we get going. Flint, we got special Flint. We've got Detroit, and we've got a so long farewell to our good friend Brian. But I'm a local news. You know enough about it. Here's how it works. They do about 10 crappy stories a day, right? And then they cut them up and they juggle them and they repackage them. They bring in 2 new plastic dolls every half hour. And you're watching the same shit for 24 hours, sometimes 36 hours.
Sometimes longer than that, Charlie.
Exactly.
Sometimes longer than that. And the bad part about it is that usually by the time you watch the evening news, you've already seen a story or that item on some social media platform. For me, it's Twitter. So it's already recycled. But then for the next 2 or 3 days, you're seeing that repackaged story again and again and again.
People ask me like, dude, you still on the news? I go, no, you still watch it? So what I want to say about this show, this I know TV. This is the best hour around. It really is. So it's 5 people.
Should we dress
You,
better?
me, Red, Byron, Mark. 5, right? This hour we could take and cut it up a million ways, and 5 people could make you a day in news. So I want you to watch this show. If you're listening, thank you for listening. We love that. But you really should go to our social media, or what is it? No
YouTube.
BS News Hour on YouTube.
Yeah, at No BS News Hour.
My Twitter, Karen's Twitter, our Facebook, and watch these because Byron, our videographer, he's from here. He did 10 years with local news too. He doesn't want to do it. Went to LA, made his life. He was on Deadliest Catch. You remember that show? And it looks like it. So you want to look at these. And this is America's Councilman, Eric Mays, with over 1 billion social media views because he might be a son of a bitch, but he does the people's work. Okay, but because he's a son of a bitch, the city council voted him off. They suspended him for a month.
Really?
So America's Councilman is suspended. And we caught up with him at Kim's Dry Cleaning on Saginaw and Alma. So I like to call this America's Councilman airs his dirty laundry. Flint City Councilman Eric Mays with some time on his hands these days and he's catching up with a little laundry here. Taking his drawers in the Kim's Dry Cleaners. Come on. One black work suit, one navy blue city councilman suit. That's Mr. Choi. It's his dry cleaning shop.
I really like him. He working very hard for the city. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I talked to a lot of people. He's a good counselor. Good
Eric
work.
Mays t-shirts there.
He's dry
His fellow council members voted him to go away for 1 month. You got a big fan here. This guy loves you. What happened?
I called 2 of the councilmen and somebody in the mayor's office a bad name.
What was the name?
What's his bad name?
I'm scared to say it.
No, go ahead.
I called them
Who cut him?
assholes.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And so they voted me out for 30 days for saying that. I don't think you can do that.
For calling somebody an asshole? That's it?
That's it.
I think there's some politics at work.
Hey.
A man call you an asshole and you threw a democratically elected councilman, you call somebody an asshole and they tell you to go away. Mr. Choi?
Yes.
Where you from?
I'm from the South Korea.
South Korea. So when you were growing up, it was a dictatorship, right?
Yep.
The dictatorship, very corrupt.
Yeah.
Did they ban people from parliament from calling each other asshole?
You guys are big
We don't do that. Yeah, I was reading. Yeah.
And the thing that they put you out for
Yeah,
30
we don't
days.
think they can do that.
Eric,
We
you
in court right now. We gonna find out.
might as well just wait for the time and just go on in there. And then you just kind of, talk to them a little justifiable.
They talk to me a certain way. I talk to them a certain way. They act a certain way.
You ain't got to act the way they act.
Never said a mumbling word.
Right.
He never said a mumbling word
Listen now, you.
for me. Discrimination is defined by law. It's different treatment for the same or similar conduct. The same or similar conduct is Eva calling me a narcissistic asshole. I call them all assholes. Eva Worthing called me a narcissistic asshole. And I told her, because she asked, did I want her to say it again? I said, yeah. And then Councilwoman Burns said, well, you told her to say it. I said, what if I told her to do a flip off of the Mackinac Bridge? Would she do it? I said, what if I told her to do a double flip belly flop off of the roof of City Hall? Would she do it? The mayor sent his deputy chief of staff in the meeting, which started at 6 o'clock, and about 6:45, they had 7 or 8 police lined up.
What the hell is going on in this town?
You ain't got freedom of speech, some might think. Let's see what the courts say.
You think they're going after you just because you annoy them?
Not just because I know him, because I try to uncover corruption. I call it out like I see it. I know what people doing right and wrong. I know which council people the mayor's calling to his office. I know who's in cahoots with who.
And we got all that federal Biden money.
I'm highly suspicious. That's why they're trying to take me off the scene for the next 30 days while people maneuver and vote on that $30 to $50 million.
Is that coming this month while you're gone?
It's on the agenda now. It was on the agenda when they made the bogus move to put me out.
Wednesday's the city council meeting?
Yeah, Wednesday, August the 9th.
So if you're not reinstated, will you be going As a private citizen?
Yeah, I might speak during public comment.
But isn't that capped at 2 minutes?
Huh?
Isn't public comment capped at 2 minutes per person?
Yeah, if I speak 3, I might be arrested.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm nervous.
So long, Councilman. Good luck. Oh, what a beautiful dude. That was brought to you by XG Service Group. If you're staggering in the darkness of the digital dome, call XG Service Group, specializing in voice-over internet security cameras, off-campus access control, Wi-Fi and cameras for your home, your business. They will design it and install it. If you have restaurants, they do drive-through systems. If you're public safety, they have railroad cameras, total wireless camera systems for your home and business. The supernova of customer service. Call Matt Yaskovitz at 734-245-4100. Mention No Bullshit News Hour and receive 100% off.
What? That's
Oh, I'm
10.
sorry. It's 10% off.
You never know.
So, Charlie, they have 7 or 8 police officers to escort Eric Mays out of a meeting, but yet and still they don't have police officers that respond to 911 calls.
Oh, that is interesting you would say that, because that's Eric Mays on one wing. He's America's councilman,
He
right?
is.
He might be an irritating asshole, but he does his work. I've known him since the water crisis. Okay, fine. He pawned his city laptop, but he got it out. Okay? I mean, he's a human being. That's why he's liked.
Right.
Yeah, you saw there in
He didn't sell it.
No.
Okay.
You pawn it, you get a loan, and you go back and
your
you
money back. Right.
you pay a lot to get it back. Mr. Choi loves him. The minister loves him.
His constituents like him.
The internet loves him.
Yeah, the internet.
TikTok loves it.
I can't say I love him because that wouldn't be journalistically ethical. But he's a damn interesting man, and I know that he works hard. Now, to his Batman, let's bring the Joker, or as I like to say, Flint's modern day Al Capone, Mayor Sheldon Neely. We didn't forget you, Flint. See what I'm saying?
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Flint Mayor Sheldon Neely has a lot of things and a lot of trouble. And here to help me make sense of it all is my old friend Ronnie Dahl, who used to be an investigative reporter in Flint until they wouldn't let her investigate anymore. Let me rapid fire here, Kevin. Flint Mayor Neely has a police department that didn't answer half of its 911 calls last year. Maybe that's why violent crime is up 25%.
But they're reporting violent crime is down.
Well, maybe that's what happens when you don't answer half the 911 calls.
Or people stop calling, as one resident told us, because the police aren't going to show up anyway.
I didn't see that on the Flint local news.
No, you probably won't.
They wouldn't let you.
Let's just say a lot of things don't get reported in this town.
Flint Mayor Sheldon Neely has a police department spokesman who cost the city $177,000 for sexual harassment of another officer.
Now, Charlie, those were never proven allegations. However, they did settle with the officer to try to make it go bye-bye.
Would the woman tell you?
Let's just say she probably should have gotten more money than what she did.
What was that thing about a blowjob you told me?
Let's just say there may have been allegations that certain people wanted sexual favors.
What kind of favors?
He wanted his dick sucked, okay? I mean...
Mayor Neely's got a city car he wasn't entitled to. And when we caught him, he banned the public from the parking garage for security reasons.
Yep. Can't go down there. It's not safe.
Mayor Neely's got a friend and former campaign aide who's charged with knowingly infecting a 15-year-old boy with HIV. Now the mayor says he hardly knows the guy.
Don't know the guy, but a few weeks earlier he was caught at the Easter egg hunt, campaigning for the mayor.
With kids?
With kids. And it was the mayor's Easter egg hunt.
The mayor's got a fire department with fire trucks with the wheels falling off. What he doesn't have is a full-time fire chief. The old fire chief alleges he was fired after he refused to cover up the death of 2 boys in a house fire.
That is correct.
Flint Mayor Sheldon Neely has a city council that behaves like this.
My skin is black too. I check the black box. It has nothing to do with color right now, but all to do with your behavior.
She's yelling at Maze.
Popcorn. It's always the show.
Flint Mayor Sheldon Neely has a lawsuit because he hasn't finished replacing all the pipes from the Flint water poisoning.
But if you go by the mayor and the mayor's office, they're 98% complete? I think that was the quote.
And is it?
Let the court documents speak for themselves.
Flint Mayor Sheldon Neely decided to give a company the trash hauling contract that cost $9 million more than a competitive bid.
They must be doing that Detroit math.
What Flint Mayor Sheldon Neely doesn't have is a college degree, even though he's been saying forever that he has a college degree.
He didn't say it. Come on, that was just a mistake by one of his staffers, Charlie.
This guy's like the George Santos of mid-Michigan.
Oh, and how did a certain TV station in town not know that, considering he worked at that station for decades? I don't know.
What Flint Mayor Sheldon Neely doesn't have is an ability to run a city. Among the people who have either resigned or been fired, the chief financial officer, the deputy chief financial officer, the public works director, and the aforementioned fire chief.
They drop like flies in Flint.
Mayor Sheldon Neely of Flint also doesn't have a set of balls. What did he say about me?
If he saw you one more time, apparently you made a visit to the parking garage and the mayor wasn't too happy. So he was going to kick your ass.
He was going to kick my ass.
Kick your ass. Stay out of the parking garage, Charlie. What are you doing?
Mr. Mayor, it's Charlie LeDuff from the No Bullshit News Hour. I've got some first-hand hearsay that you wanted to maybe beat me up a little if you saw me in Flint again. I'm not thinking that could be true, but I am right outside. And in any case, I got some questions for you. It has to do with fire department, the police department, municipal contracts, secret settlements, you know, that kind of thing. So I'll be here for a few minutes. I'll finish my cigarette. Give me a call. Have a wonderful day if I don't talk to you.
So did he respond?
Right here.
He didn't come outside?
He didn't even text.
Oh, wow. The gall.
This town is like, it's Detroit North.
Yeah, it is. Just like Ronnie said. I mean, they're doing the Detroit method of doing business.
Everybody at that top is getting hooked up, man. Everybody in that town is making money. Contracts $9 million higher than a competitive bid. They're rebidding it. Like, you know what I mean? You know what this reminds me of? Reminds me of the modern day Bonnie and Clyde that run this town. Yeah, Mayor Mike Duggan and his wife, Dr. Sonia Hassan, which we'll get to when we do our Detroit section. But I want to give a shout out to Luke Nowacki. He and his family are suing a COVID drug manufacturer after his father, Dan, suffered 2 massive strokes. Dan got 2 doses of remdesivir. That was the first COVID drug that was approved right by the FDA. They gave it to him in November 2021, and he had his strokes, and they gave him 2 doses, 5 doses, but 2 were a bad batch. Wow. And so a month later, the company Gilead issued a recall, like a month later, of 50,000 doses because they had glass particles in it, like glass particles. So the Trump company tried to weasel out of it, citing the Federal PrEP Act, which is like an emergency measure that shields drugs companies to get this shit to market. But correctly, a Michigan judge said that has nothing to do with glass particles in the medicine.
Judge did the right thing.
Yeah.
Saw through the bullshit.
Yeah. So here's besides the fact that a dear friend of ours really hurting because he loves his father and he's one of the caregivers. That's the kind of dude Luke is. But 11,000 of those 50,000 doses are unaccounted for. They just don't know. So for everybody out there, if you suspect that a loved one of yours in this time frame, like November, December 2021, took remdesivir and had a stroke, you should, I don't know, you should probably call Ben Johnson. That's who's representing the family. He's a lawyer here in Michigan.
Right.
I don't have his number. He doesn't advertise on the show. I mean, I'm not petty like that, but I just don't have his number. So you can look that up, Ben Johnson Law Firm, or you can watch Jason Carr's podcast because Ben's a heavy.
He is his number one advertiser and guest.
Yeah, his number one guest and only advertiser.
Hey, that's better than none.
Exactly, yeah.
You got all that Ben Johnson shit in the back. So
it's a Ben Johnson podcast featuring Jason Carr.
Yeah, but Ben will get it done. I mean, give that lawyer credit because it is hard to take on a pharmaceutical company with the PrEP Act behind him and find the logic, right?
Yeah, but Charlie, you wonder why the general public is so distrusting of everybody and everything because they just don't do the right thing. They don't do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And so, when everybody was talking about, hey, this is coming to market too fast, everybody, was criticizing people that really didn't feel it up front.
Yeah.
And so now you see all these things, well, we moved too quickly. We made an accident, whatever.
And then just the humanity of it in this COVID era, and they're bouncing Luke's dad around.
Yeah.
Like, I believe, sorry, Luke, if you're listening, I get it wrong, they had to amputate part of his dad's leg. That's right?
Yeah. Sorry.
And then you remember he was on the show once and he was going ballistic. They just was treating him like a bag of laundry.
Yep.
Yeah, people are not disposable, and we need to stop treating them that way. And people do. Politicians, pharmaceutical companies, even some grocery store clerks. I mean, everybody treats people like they're worthless, and that's not cool at all.
Well, it's bullshit that the government's fucked up. There's nothing wrong with the American system. It's like greed has infected its citizens, and they now occupy this. The government works for the very rich, and then they get some crumbs, and we can fuck off. Flint, you're being hustled. Detroit, you just went out. Am I still on here? It's just this just went out. My earphones for some reason.
Oh, weird. Okay.
But yeah, you're being hustled, and I'm sick of it, and it's making us all nervous.
Yeah.
It's making us all upset. I don't want to narcotize. I don't. You know what I'm talking about over there, young lady? I don't.
Be a narc.
So there's a nice little segue, I suppose. Next Evo Naturals, right? Okay. So you can maintain your wellness, have your routines during the summer. If your sleep schedule is disrupted, by feelings of anxiousness, right? You don't want to take medication, something natural. Try the CBD oils. They have a process. They've infused it with water, so your body's better able to ingest it and absorb it, right? There's not THC in it, so you're not tripping out.
You're not high.
You seem to like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
do. My relatives like it. Mark likes it. So
Mark loves it.
Well, you don't want to sleep if you take a bunch of THC, right?
Yeah, I can't sleep.
Yeah, it makes people drowsy and tired, but
when I was her age, it was a party. It was a gas, man. Bong rip.
Yeah.
No problem. See, you know what they're saying? You finally grew up, girl. Like, it's over.
I mean, it's great for partying, bad for medicating.
You always look at old people. No, I don't touch that one anymore. CBD is the natural way to go. Next Evo Naturals. Get the stress or sleep complex. Stay well with the smarter CBD from Next Evo Naturals. Go to nextevo.com/nobs to get a 25% off plus a free bottle of the premium pure CBD, $50 value, limit 1 per customer. I believe Red will take the 1 per customer.
I got one.
That's nextevo.com/nobs. BS.
25%, huh?
Now, speaking of local news, the big story in Detroit this week, nationwide, international news, was the Great Coney Caper. That's right. Somebody smashed through the American Coney Island window, helped themselves, took the cash register. I don't know who thinks restaurants close and there's cash in the register.
Someone who has never worked in a restaurant.
That wouldn't make any sense.
It's somebody watching old Bonanza in Ponderosa. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me all your money.
Okay.
It's a stick up.
So, the education of comedian Detroit Red, as we try to make him the best weatherman in town, the best reporter, a comedian living in a home with no electricity, might do a better job.
It's coming.
This is the story. And he asks all the pertinent questions. I want you to notice the style, the depth of questions, because he might not have gone to Specs Howard, but he's a quick learner and he knows how to ask the questions local TV media would ask, but Red has sources. Yeah, the ones that you should ask. And here is, on the streets, James Harvey Weatherman.
Hi, this is James Harvey Weatherman on the street. And this weekend we had a breaking story happen at one of our legendary Detroit landmarks. Come on with me and let me show you what happened and we get the facts of the story. Come on. As you can see right here, this is where the person came in. He broke the glass out with a brick from what I'm hearing and was told, and he broke inside to steal a register and do other amounts of major damage. Like literally he had to drive a scooter to go somewhere and find a brick to come back and take about an hour to break in. Hello, Grace Carroll.
Yes?
How are you doing today? I'm James Harvey Weatherman with NBN News. We're here to find out about the recent break-in that you had over the weekend.
Yes.
When you saw the broken glass, did it break your heart?
What?
When you saw the broken glass, did it break your heart?
No, pissed me off.
It pissed you off? Take me to the pain.
What?
Walk us through it, maybe show us what he did.
He busted out the windows. If you notice, there's board on our windows over there.
How do you think he got in?
He took a brick and threw it through the window.
Did it
the boards weren't there. It was glass.
That must have been a mighty big brick.
I guess, yeah.
So once he came in, what did he proceed to do after that? Show me.
There was a register here. He didn't take this one per se. We took this one and moved it there. Tried to get in, didn't work. Double cupped it.
Well, maybe he didn't know how strong your to-go cups were.
Drank the pop.
We're here to go.
I will not reenact this part. Dumped it all over the register. Tried to play with it. Went back to drink some more pop.
You know what you guys
Refill.
Well, you gotta do a refill, of course. Their first one's free, right?
Yeah, right. It was all free, right? He's waiting. Sees the cheesecake. Hard to see in the camera, but we know exactly what he did. Took it, bit into it with his hand. I would have chose coconut personally, but anyways.
Not a big cheesecake fan, huh?
I just prefer coconut. So we know he likes orange pop and cheesecake.
Do you think you were targeted?
No.
Do you think Lafayette, your competitor, had anything to do with this?
No.
So, from the information we gathered, the person took the cash register. How much money do you think he got?
Who keeps money in a cash register?
After this incident, will you start putting your registers up just to keep your glass from getting broken?
That is not for you to know what I'm going to do.
If you wanted to tell anybody out there anything, what would you suggest they could do to prevent this type of thing from happening?
Okay, questions.
So, do you think that the Detroit police are in apprehension or going to solve the crime?
The Detroit police already solved the crime. They caught him.
Really? Where did they catch him at?
Listen, you're walking down the street with a cash register. It's not that hard.
So he came in, took the cash register, and walked down the street with it. Where did the police catch him?
On the bus.
With the cash register. What?
He had already pitched that. Dude, really?
So I want to know, are you now afraid to come to work in Detroit since this has happened?
Fuck no.
So I guess I have to ask you, after this traumatic experience, which apparently has you very shaken, how will you recover from this?
You ask the stupidest questions.
Well, ma'am, the people want to know. We're just trying to give the people the heads up on what's going on.
Are we almost done here?
Yes, we are, but I have to ask you one more question. And this is going to be off the record between me and you. Was this an insurance job?
Bye.
Well, as you can see, she's very torn up here at the American legendary Coney Island, where they were broke into this weekend, and apparently the thief was hungry, thirsty, and likes to collect empty registers. This has been James Harvey, weatherman on the streets, bringing you the breaking news.
Oh, my God.
Must be some damn good cheesecake.
Damn right.
I think I'm going to have to try a piece of that before I leave.
There's one piece left. They've been flying off the shelf since, that guy tasted it.
Jesus Christ, this cheesecake is so good, it's criminal. I can't understand why he's so good for the cheesecake.
American Coney Island, where the cheesecake is so good, it's criminal.
So what was with the blackface?
No, that was just his TV makeup.
Oh, okay.
Blackface.
I just thought he was trying to
pan makeup.
Well, okay.
Trying to keep the shine down.
Just trying to see what was going on there.
That's TV news makeup. Don't you see it on TV?
Yeah.
Don't you,
Cake done.
Yeah, it's pancake makeup.
Yeah.
House of Pancakes. Now,
wow.
I wonder what happened to the kid.
I don't know.
Once they caught him.
That's very simple. They caught him on the bus, took him to juvenile, and when they took him there was nobody to take him into jail. So they dropped him off at his auntie house on the honor system and said, please turn yourself in tomorrow.
And did he?
Actually, he did. Oh. So he's stupid twice. You let me go, I'm not coming back. Catch me, fucker.
Oh, my God.
This unbelievable. There's no county deputy working intake.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
And I heard, this is a little extra piece of news, they waited for 2 hours for somebody to show up to take him in.
So who took, if I can ask, was it a DPD officer who took?
Yeah, it was a DPD officer. And then
Back off the mic, man.
Oh, and then they wasted some of our fucking taxpayer gas money to drop his ass off at home. You should have put him back on the fucking bus. Don't waste no more of my money.
Okay.
Huh? I'm just saying.
Why didn't they detain him?
They did. Here, let me lay this. You guys, here we go. Here's what happened.
He's still learning.
Okay.
The criminal justice system's so fucked up here, right? That nobody was. You can't put a kid, part of the consent agreement. You can't put him in Detroit lockup, right? Over at Mount, so he's juvie. So they got to take him over wherever Hamtramck, wherever they're moving him now. It's a disaster, right? Kids raping kids and stuff, terrible. So nobody's working.
Gotcha.
So what happened at the Wayne County Jail? Instead of having 5 deputies on the floor, they have 3. 2 guys were murdered in a month. Didn't you hear that one last month?
Wow.
They put a dude in, 53-year-old dude, drunk driving. He's doing 71 days for drunk driving. You're letting fucking attempted murderers out on the tether. And this guy's into jail. Nobody came to check. Nobody did their rounds. And he got beat to death.
Oh, wow.
That's what's going on. Right, Red?
Yeah, basically. And
Hell of a report, bro.
Thank you. And on top of that, he was a ward of the state. So he's already kind of in the system. So the state wasn't, or the ward, they wasn't even there to receive their own ward.
So it goes back to the accountability thing that we've talked about a lot of times in terms of criminals being let go, back out on the street, repeat offenders.
And you got to pay people's own family to take care of their own kid.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that, though. You know what I mean? Like, that's the best place for them to be, and people aren't rich, but, I mean, it's a fucking mess. But that, sir, that was Emmy-worthy. answered every question I had. It's an exclusive. I like how you stack the facts brick by brick like a wall. And if this career doesn't work out for you, there's the bricklayers and allied ground workers local to of Michigan who are looking for hardworking men, and well, that's not you. All throughout the state of Michigan, whether you have experience in any of the trowel trades, this is your place. If you have no experience, there's free training with job placement starting at 26, plus bennies, and earn while you learn as a registered apprentice, experienced tradesmen and women in building new or restoring old masonry, installing tile, marble, terrazzo, caulking, or finishing concrete. Maybe I'll do this. Make anywhere between 26 and 37, plus bennies like Blue Cross Blue Shield, 2 pensions.
2.
And an annuity. What is this, 1978? Free year-round training workshops and certifications with the possibility of more. Referral signing bonuses. You get on, you get another guy on, you get $2,000. Just do, bricklayers.org/Charlie.
What is this?
I'm just making that part up.
It's almost tempting, but they have to offer me a piece of the company.
Okay, or $1,000 for experienced apprentices. Visit bricklayers.org to learn more.
But think about this. You're talking $1,000 bonus for this. You're talking $1,000 back from Hall. And research shows that most Americans don't have $1,000 saved. Here's the opportunity to
not a bad deal.
put yourself back on track.
Saved right now.
You're telling me, man. Okay, so listen. On that, this story, this Coney Island caper, was not just local. It went national. In fact, it went international. Our man, crack journalist Vinny Limo, up in Ottawa, trying to get to the bottom of this, and he sent us his work. And without further ado, here's Vinny's report on the Coney caper.
Detroit Police Media Relations, how can I help you?
Hi, I'm with the news up in Canada there, in Ottawa. I'm one of Charlie's friends. Somebody tried stealing the safe out of American or Coney Island there above like Charlie LeDuff studio, and they're American. They walked out with the cash register, apparently. They broke in.
So any questions or any information that you're requesting, sir, you would have to submit in our media request form.
Oh, it needs a media request form. It used to be back,
Yes.
My godfather, Lou Gordon, he just used to call the cops and he used to tell them, it's media, you know what I mean? And we're verified media.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of things have changed. So any media outlets requesting information need to do that via our media request form.
Except if you're Fox 2 or something like that, you got a special deal with them apparently, because you could tell them, what's going on, because they were there and everything, and I saw your media cops there. So it's okay for Fox 2.
I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. I don't do that, but you can submit a media request form.
Yeah, it's just like calling Gretchen Whitmer, right? You call Gretchen Whitmer and you got a buffer. That's what you guys are. Like you're scared to tell the truth or something. I don't know what's going on there.
I just don't have authority to give you any information, so that's why you'd have to fill out a media request form.
Okay. All right, then. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Yeah, this is the Detroit Police Department over in Atwater.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with the media there, and I just saw on Fox 2 that somebody tried stealing from American Coney Island. Is the robbery detectives in?
Excuse me?
Like somebody broke
robbery
in
detectives.
American Coney Island there down the street from Lafayette.
Okay.
And somebody just, broke the window and stole the cash register and all that. I don't know if the people who it was up in there, and everything. You think it's safe to go up in there with that kind of stuff happening, and to go get a hot dog or something?
You can still go eat, man. You still go eat.
Yeah, you think it's safe with people just coming in through windows and stuff? Go.
It's still safe to eat.
Yeah, well, I'm wondering, Charlie's guy in there, Charlie Duff's guy just got him a new crib. I was wondering, was the guy trying to, steal the rent money so Red would have to go back to the Normandy Hotel or something? You think that was what was going on?
I don't know nothing about that, but you're still safe to eat out here downtown.
All right. Thank you. Detroit's a wonderful place. Thank you, officer.
You're welcome.
The fuck is he doing?
He's helping you out, Charlie.
He is. He keeps sending videos. We don't use them, but
he's trying.
That was good, Vinny.
Yeah, it was interesting. But you know what? I have to say this. The people that answered the phone were very patient and very nice.
They did a hell of a job.
To him. Yeah, they did, because I was surprised that they entertained that for so long.
Well, he got nothing.
Well, he tried.
They were very polite and
Yeah,
patient.
they were. And they were patient because I would have thought they would have just hung up the phone on him, you know. But the guy was like, I don't know anything about that, but you can eat
Both of them.
downtown.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Which is important to say.
It is, but, you know.
All this hijinks goes on at night. But, you know, I will say, that's the second late night smash and grab of a register.
Yep.
Which in 106 years has never happened here.
That's true.
Like, not during World War I, not during Prohibition, not during World War II, not during the riots or insurrection, whatever you want to call it, not during the '84 World Series.
When they were down here tearing up everything.
Not through the summer of Floyd. Nobody touched this place, and like this is what you're getting. This is what's really up.
Well, like Red asked, you know, is somebody behind it? But no, I just think it speaks volumes about the circumstances and the conditions that people are living in right now.
Nobody at the jail. You see what I'm doing. Nobody at the jail. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if he's already awarded the state, you know, should he have even been out? Or should he have been watched?
I can't do all that. All I know is I pay my tax dollars. I expect my government to do something.
Good luck.
You know what I mean? I mean, this is ridiculous. What is up with these fucking earphones? Are you hearing it? Is it my mic or is it these?
I think it's your cans, yeah. Your headphones.
Oh, my
yeah.
cans.
Sorry.
It's fucking sexist.
Radio work.
Misogynist motherfucker.
Yeah, that's me.
Well, you know, which brings us to the Bonnie and Clyde of modern day Detroit, which is these two, Mike Duggan and his wife, Dr. Sonia Hassan. What's the news there, Karen?
All right, so let me say this, and I think this is important, that Dr. Hassan she's recognized, she's respected as an accomplished medical professional. No, I want to say that because I think that
You're supposed to do that afterwards. But no, I'm just.
I'm saying it now. I want to get that out of the way. But her office at Wayne State University, which is the Office of Women's Health.
You're reading this.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, what from who? Who wrote this?
I did.
Okay.
I made my notes, Charlie.
Then I accept it.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, I hope you're not doing Wikipedia, man.
No, I'm not.
Because she wrote it. It's from her LinkedIn page.
These are my notes. No, that they were awarded $8 million grant from the state. So $8 million was included.
I yelled all over it. Give me how great she is again.
No, that's fine.
No, give me a great
I just want to make that point because I think, you know, because of her relationship and now her marriage to the mayor, you know, I think that who she is and what she had accomplished prior to that maybe get watered down. So I said that she was recognized as an accomplished medical professional in her own right. I want to say that because I don't want to diminish that.
Yeah, but what does she specialize
in women's health, maternal and infant mortality prevention.
Okay.
That has been her thing. If you remember, the Make the Date program was the program that the mayor's office, I would say, got in trouble, but they really didn't get in trouble because he was steering money and using his staff to direct funds to that program. She meaning Dr. Hassan and her program at Wayne State University, which is the Office of Women's Health, it was awarded $8 million in this state's budget, so from Governor Whitmer.
Okay. So let's go like this.
Okay.
So the mayor was stooping her. Right?
Okay.
Somebody put a private eye on the mayor and they can catch him going over there and getting a midnight booty call. Then the guy takes the tape because nobody in Detroit will say, hey, maybe there's a conflict here. So Bob Carmack rents a truck with a trailer with a jumbo screen and he's driving around City Hall showing this tape.
Yes, he did.
Mayor gets called out. Media starts to ask questions after Bob has to do his own thing and says, is she getting any special favors? You look into it, and she's got $400,000 from the city. These things are terrible. $400,000 from the city. City staff is raising money for this Make Your Date. She's a professor of. They're going back and forth. They're kind of prevaricating, fibbing about it, right?
Right.
Free Press Freedom of Information Acts it. They get some stuff back, and then it's found out that the staff was directed to delete the emails, which is against the law.
Right.
It goes to the Attorney General, this dummy, right, who says, well, they didn't really break a law because the emails were able to be recovered.
Well,
even though they did delete them.
Right. You're absolutely right. And she actually said that preferential treatment was not illegal. That's what Nessel said as a conclusion to her investigation.
Okay, maybe it's not preferential treatment with public dollars. You give it to your squeeze,
that's
right?
A fine line.
If it were anybody else, it would be a different story.
Okay,
If it's an opponent.
So Duggan's wife divorced him. Duggan was playing like it's
because he was married when he was seeing her.
It's simply professional, and then they get married, and we're all like forgetting all this. Okay, fine. And then the Michigan budget is settled on, like June, and then afterwards, Governor Whitmer comes in. Whitmer did it. Slid $8 million to her
program
office in Wayne State.
That will keep 5% in administrative fees, which is pretty average for grant management.
Right, and then there may be bonuses for her the more funding she gets.
Because remember the story you did for Deadline Detroit that talked about how she got a promotion. I mean, there was some second,
She's
the
like
whole
a vice
question.
president or something.
Yeah,
up there.
but in her second position, I believe she was making less. I think her salary been cut almost in half. She was only making $200 and some $1,000. So she was making quite a bit of money at Wayne State. But they said that in her new role, which I assume is the one she's still holding now, she would be able to receive bonuses through grants. Exactly. So it all depends on how this money will be managed or mismanaged.
No, fuck this, man. Come on, like they're pretending that Wayne State's I'm not going to say pretending. I mean, their official word is we didn't lobby. It was a group of medical professionals up there discussing it with lawmakers, and all of a sudden the governor just happened to give it to the mayor's wife. Really?
Yeah, you don't have to lobby.
Now,
you know who's who.
But let's look at the impact that this has had or has not had over the past few years.
Well, before we get to that,
okay.
Wait a minute. No.
Okay.
The whole thing is how the fuck did this go right into her? Like, there's something called like the women's program at the University of Michigan in the gynecological department. Like, well, how did you settle on this one?
Out of the 10 people that you said went and talked about it at the state level.
And now we go into, okay, so you picked her, but what's her record? Is she really fantastic?
Well, again, like I said, she's respected in the medical industry, but I wanted to look at the numbers. Black infants continue to fare
How about
less.
all infants?
Well, I'm going to get to that, but black infant mortality in Detroit has always been a significant concern, and so that's what, the city's predominantly black, but it reached a historic low in 2019 at 12.2 per 1,000 live births. And at that time, Duggan held a press conference crediting the state, the city, and private programs like the city's, there's another Sister Friends, which pairs pregnant women with community mentors and offers rides to prenatal appointments. But since then, mortality among black infants in Detroit has rebounded. In 2021, it was 18.1 per 1,000, and it's the highest it's ever been. So infant mortality among white babies in Detroit also spiked from less than 1 per 100,000 to 12.1 per 100,000 in 2021. So everybody's been negatively impacted. So it's not moving in the needle at all.
Where's the link that did you email that to me or
yes.
Okay, pull that up.
You mean from the story that you did for Deadline Detroit?
No, the where you got those numbers that you were reading.
Oh, hell, Charlie, I don't know where. I mean,
come on now.
Okay, but I mean, Jesus Christ.
Okay, here, let's see.
I got them. Let's do infant mortality in Detroit. That's how I got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Let me see.
Come on, Mark. Save the day.
Simple.
Save the day.
Yeah, you always do.
Date.
No. No. All right. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We've got this. Okay, so I just Googled infant mortality. You want to see it? There you go.
Let's see. Well, let's see.
Yep.
Where's the chart?
Infant mortality. Click the link. Click the link, Charlie.
This was yours. I want to make this clear.
All right. I don't know how much more clear you want it, but go ahead.
Like
you can click it on Henry Ford Health. You can click the link.
Okay. Is the chart up?
Charlie.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay. We'll say something. We shouldn't have dead air.
That's why.
Here you go.
Okay.
You're a television person. I'm a radio person.
That's not it.
Dead hair. I don't have my glasses on.
Okay, here, let me make it simple.
Hey, it's an iPhone.
When the mayor got involved and he was doing this, okay, more or less in 2014, infant mortality was 15 per 1,000 kids. It's now 18 per 1,000 kids. What in the world? What magic bullet? Why does $8 million of unknown money getting funneled over here? That's it. It went up.
It hasn't worked.
3 or 4
Right.
out of 1,000. This is a disaster. This is what we're getting. You're getting fucking peanuts out here. Let me give you another one on this guy. Same shit. Dave Masseron, Flint. Dave Masseron was the lawyer that put that water deal together. You know, the one that poisoned you. Then he came to Detroit. The mayor hired him. He becomes the chief operating officer, the chief financial officer. He is not a CPA. He's not a CPA. Then he goes off to Whitmer to do the budget for 1 year. A lot of easy COVID dollars. Again, not an accountant, not a CPA. Then he moves to the same graft pit university, Wayne State University, that Dr. Hassan works at. Listen to this guy's jobs. He makes over $500,000. He is the chief business officer of the university, the chief financial officer of the university, the senior vice president for finance and business operations, and the treasurer.
So wait, these are all simultaneous.
All simultaneous.
I didn't know you could do that.
You see how this
supposed to
works?
be able to. Yeah.
I'm telling you, folks. You see how I'm looking at Reddit subreddit Detroit. Oh yeah, man, a skyscraper. Guys, look, J.C. Rendell of the Free Press is keeping track of this hustle. So they put in their paperwork to get all those income taxes from construction workers. That normally would go to all of us. It would go to the general fund. But in this deal, whatever jobs he creates in this ridiculous thing, in that book tower, that's ridiculous. We did it. It's not done at all. Per job, he they don't even check. They don't even check these jobs. It's a signed affidavit. So, in the latest filing, let me put it this way. In 2021, they filed for their money that they had created 1,300 construction jobs, but they made a mistake. They weren't required, but they made the mistake of taking all the part-time people, right?
Okay.
And then adding them up. And full-time jobs in that skyscraper in 2021, they admit are 93.
93?
But they're going to get paid for 1,300. Now, this last year, right? This last year, I watch the skyscraper every day. They say they've created 6,000.
Now you're talking bedrock.
Yeah, the Hudson's building,
right.
6,000 new construction jobs. In the last year over at the book with the pipe sticking out and, you can see the boxes in the window, they claim they created 7,000 new construction jobs. Now, there's no definition or details or hours or what company you work for, but it comes out of the budget and you now see what we get. So, Dr. Bonnie, Mayor Clyde, you know what I mean? The Sundance Kid with the skyscrapers, Butch Cassidy over there with the hockey arena.
But think about this too, Charlie. This is, when they go before council to present these plans and all this stuff, the whole thing is, we want to make sure Detroiters are getting these jobs. If they aren't checking how many jobs are actually there, they don't know if Detroiters are getting these jobs or not. So there's no sense of accountability for any of this.
We don't even know if there are these jobs.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no follow through on anything.
But that's always the caveat.
Yeah.
We'll do this.
It helps get it sold to the public.
Exactly.
The Office of Inclusion. We checked it out. You work for the mayor, man. How come we, the public, can't see it? J.C. Rendell couldn't see it. I can't see it. I don't believe it. So you won't pretend this thing's growing. Because it's not higher than the Cadillac Tower, which at its peak is 463. So stop being on the internet telling me that's 500 feet tall. It's not. They threw glass up and there's nothing going on. Okay, there's something going on, but 6,000 new jobs?
No way.
You get to, you know what I mean?
No way.
All of a sudden you get paid to sit there.
Yeah.
And now you want to uncork my property taxes. That one's coming and we're on it, right? But if you do have a home, you need to save some money, check your insurance, call Legacy Partners. They shop for you. They won't let you get fleeced. They keep an eye on your rates and continuously shop when you are a client for all the carriers to make sure you've got the best program. If you haven't called them this year, call them now. It's never too late. Not only does Legacy do home and auto, they also have great life insurance, and they can get you signed up for Medicare, Medicaid. That's coming up. So give them a call for any instance or need at 586-209-4106, or just go to their website, legacypartnersinsurance.com, to get started with a new quote.
Did you see that they were in the thread when people were talking about insurance rates on Twitter? Somebody mentioned Legacy Partners. They said, well, hey, I reached out to Legacy and they saved me $2,000.
What was it had to do with?
Well, they were somebody was saying they wanted to talk about like why the insurance rates, how the governor gave everybody $400 and they turned around and raised the rates. It was just a thread. People were talking about insurance rates in Michigan, and somebody just said, hey, I reached out to Legacy and they saved me $2,000. I sent you guys a screenshot.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Did you bring it?
The screenshot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
You see
It's in there. I send you guys a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but bring it here.
It would be in the same thread that I'm sending to you, so I'd have to sit there and do the same thing you're doing.
So you can't just print it?
No,
I got to print everything around here.
Hey,
my printer doesn't work.
I printed the outline today.
My printer doesn't work.
See, there it is. I'm telling you, Mark saves
My
the
computer's
day.
like 1,000 years old.
Look at that. Look at Mark. Look at that. See, it says call Legacy. They helped us save $2,000.
What is this a thread of?
It's
Brian?
a thread on Twitter when people were talking about Michigan insurance rates. So I don't know who these people are. Just somebody just randomly said it.
Are you really dialing around like on?
Do
you search like Michigan insurance rates?
No, I was reading the thread, Charlie.
I know, but what was the post?
The post was about
Brian?
No, I don't even remember, but it was about insurance rates and how Michigan continues to have the highest insurance rates in the country. And Detroit. I just started reading it.
Is this what you're doing, Nate?
Sometimes.
I'm reading tweets about no-fault insurance.
So what? I'm trying to say.
You're so smart. You're not.
No, I'm always interested in what people are saying, what's going on in their work. I'm just.
Do me a favor.
Move on, Charlie.
Pull up that link with the mortality rates. I want to get this right.
And next time, send it to me. So
I'll send it to you.
Well, I had it, but I can't print because
I got too much stuff on here.
Karen is like, it'd be 11 and like ding 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 ding.
I love it.
Here's a thread on the no fault.
Black infant. Okay, wait.
But we
I know.
We endeavor to get it right.
Okay, you're right. Which city? Okay, I got it. You said this wasn't it, but.
Is it?
See, I got it.
You really want to go down this alley again?
No, I don't. I can't. I'll find it. I promise I will find it.
Do it now, please.
I can't find it, Charlie. I'm under pressure.
Okay, no, this is lesson learned, my friend.
I understand, but you didn't tell me you wanted a graph.
You're hitting us with so many.
You're hitting
us with so many links that like we can't keep track of it either.
I know I can't. This is a graph, Charlie. I can't see the small numbers.
That's not it. It's the numerical graph.
Okay, well, numerical.
This is just bars. That's
still a graph.
It's not the one.
Okay.
Wait, is it? See, Mark, is there some technology?
Mark, help.
I love Karen's things.
I'm gonna be neater in it.
Okay, wait a minute. Maybe it was this. It's the group one.
Maybe so.
Oh. Wait, well then I do have it.
Send it to the group.
Source: Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. These are they show. Charlie, this is a graph. I don't know what else. It
no, it's the numbers. We need numbers. We need the numbers.
It has the numbers here. It says here, Mark.
No, let me see it. It's the bar graph again.
Yeah, it's the bar graph, but it has the number. Okay, but it has the numbers next to the graph.
No, it doesn't. Look, and it only goes to 2019. I think I've seen that one. Here, Mark. Okay, Mark, tell her. I'm tired of being the bad guy.
You're not the bad.
I'm not a bad person.
You're not, Charlie.
I'm a good person.
So says Charlie.
Okay, here's some links and notes.
It's fine.
It's the same one.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Then you sent me Microsoft. I don't use Microsoft on the phone. You know why? Because they mine all your contacts. Don't use Microsoft.
Oh, now
Did you check the permissions on that?
No.
Like hell, and I can't get out of the page, Karen.
Red helps. Kirby, somebody.
Look at the screen. Look at the screen.
No, that's the wrong one.
But it's not. It has
that
the
is
numbers,
the wrong
Charlie.
one. It doesn't.
Okay.
Wait. Maybe it does.
That's what I said.
No, hold on.
Let me zoom in on it. Hold on. Yeah.
They're numbers, and it's
year. What year?
Okay, I can't see it. It's on the number. It's on the left.
Get over this fucking shitty desk. It's falling apart.
Charlie, don't do that. Oh my God. Oh, don't do that, please.
That only goes up to 2016. No.
Okay.
No, are you still looking for the number?
Mark has my phone.
It's right here. I give up.
That's okay. All right. We'll
Oh no.
No.
Go. You
Okay.
tell a joke.
Red, I don't.
Tell a joke.
We have an alleged
I would tell a
comedian here.
joke, but then I would really get in trouble because it may be considered insensitive. So
Well,
I'm
now
not
I
going to
wanna
say
hear it.
No, you know.
Now I have to hear it.
No, I will not say that. They'll come after me. No.
Where is all of this?
Well,
No. Come on. Find it.
I don't have.
I'm not letting it drop, man. I'm letting nobody out there bust my balls. Like, you got me all worked up for it, and then you guys couldn't even find it. Henry.
Now everybody gets to see what it's like to work with Charlie.
Let's see.
And that's a good thing. I mean, because that way you make sure everything that we say or talk about is
And you know what you did?
confirmed. What did I do?
What you did is you resent me that stupid chart.
Did I?
No, I did that.
Yeah, well, you did that.
So I could pull it up on my computer.
Here, I got it. All right.
Okay, good for you, Charlie.
This is from the Michigan Department of Children's Health.
All right.
In 2014,
See this?
in Detroit, where the good doctor works, okay, 2014, when the mayor comes, he makes this a priority. It was about 13 infants, right? The mortality, 13 out of 1,000, okay?
All right.
And the latest number, 2021, it's 16 out of 1,000. That is remarkable. That's a 20% increase.
Okay.
I think I could find a better steward of this money, and I want to know how you those don't work.
Okay.
Look at the dates on them.
Isn't
Oh,
that
the
up to
Detroit
19?
air quality and smoke conditions.
Well, they started posting that.
No, they got that because they got another grant going through that office.
Okay, so there's 21, 11 through 21.
Yeah. Okay.
We found it.
Way to go.
It's like when the teacher calls on you in class.
No bullshit. No bull. Yeah, you.
And there's nothing
You gonna
wrong with
fuck
that.
with Bonnie and Clyde? You better bring.
And
You don't bring a butter knife to the gunfight.
And let me say this: there is nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong. This is how it's supposed to be. So when you say, "Oh, I'm a good person," because people send comments, "Stop yelling at Mark. Stop yelling at Karen." This is what has to be done. So it's not about being good or bad or mean, or it's about making sure that what we say is accurate. I just wanted to say that because people always send messages.
I don't care.
you know.
Stop listening.
No, don't
You go
stop
ahead.
listening.
Go to the local news. You want to be a dummy? Stay a dummy.
No,
Look what we did.
I just want people to know the effort that is put in to make sure that the information is accurate.
And the infant mortality in this city is double that of the state.
It is.
See that so we can tell you things, and so you can see us work. Like, I didn't want to leave them with that because this all has its consequence.
Mm-hmm.
This selling, right? This snatching of contracts, and you're 5%, and you get to control it, and all of a sudden you have the women's health industry, right? Not because you're great, because nothing really points to it. You know, great, well respected is on Wikipedia, whatever. What I know of you, you haven't earned that. How's that? Right? So you can imagine my sadness to see the old warhorse dying in a hospital bed, buried beneath medical machinery and plastic tubing. And he's begging the nurse to give him a shot, something to put him down to end his life. You all saw it. I asked him, "How you doing, man?" He said, "I'm on my way out." I asked him, "Does it scare you?" "Yeah." You could tell by his eyes anyway. Many of you by now are aware of the sad and ironic death of Brian Woodward, a quadriplegic man whose health care was snatched from him under the now notorious auto insurance reform of 2019. Woodward was 64 and he was guaranteed lifetime care under the old insurance law. He lived a full and productive life after breaking his neck in a car accident in 1983. That's 40 years ago. In that time, he earned a college degree. He worked full time. He maintained his own home. Brian, from his wheelchair, coached Little League Baseball, sang in the church choir, and was an avid hunter and fisherman. All with the help of caregivers who were paid from the Catastrophic Auto Insurance Fund. But once Whitmer signed the new law, all giddy and smiles up there in Mackinac with all the insurance muckety mucks and the political big shots, The new law reduced reimbursements to those caregivers by 45%, and Brian could no longer afford the in-home aides, as the aides could not afford to work for $16 an hour. So Brian was bounced from nursing home to hospital bed to nursing home to hospital bed. He was moved more than 24 times over the time I knew him. I watched him degrade. He suffered bed sores, sepsis, heart arrhythmia. He was treated a little better than a bag of soiled bed sheets. And I watched him slowly die. And then, last week, as you know, Brian, fed by a morphine drip, died. Barely an hour later, the Michigan Supreme Court issued an opinion stating that the stripping of his coverage was contractually unconstitutional, if not criminally immoral. That means it was against the law. Forget law school definitions. That means what they did was against the law, but by then it was too late for Brian. And I'd gotten to know him well over the past 2 years. He was a warrior. He advocated for the return of health care for 18,000 others like himself. He was the poster man of a movement of social justice and dignity, and nobody covered him. I felt ashamed of myself after meeting Brian. When the Republican-controlled legislature, yes, the Republicans, and the Democratic governor and the Democratic mayor of Detroit were crowing and cajoling about the auto reform bill and how great it was going to be, I hardly looked into the specifics. Michigan had the highest auto insurance rates in the country, and the politicians promised us better coverage for less money. And I got buried in the avalanche of numbers and spin. I wasn't curious enough to realize that thousands of vulnerable human beings would be thrown on the garbage pile, or that Republican leadership was strong-arming and threatening members of its own caucus who had misgivings about the law, threatening to take them out. It should have been easy to see. How else would insurance companies make money except fucking the ratepayer? So for that, I'm truly sorry. And I promise the memory of Brian and all of you that we will do better, and that's what you were seeing. In the end, the reforms saved us nothing. Our rates went up, but we got a $400 election year rebate check. But insurance rates, as you know, are higher. But the executives got paid, the politicians got contributions, and Brian got a funeral. The pastor presiding over Brian's memorial at the Tidy Baptist Church in Redford last week put it something like this: Brian felt the sting of corruption of the rich and powerful, those who prey on the weak and vulnerable. But Brian never grew angry or bitter. He won't reap the fruits of his labors, but others will, and he'd be okay with that. Amen. And it's worth reminding the public that just because someone has a disability doesn't mean they are less than. It's worth reminding the public that the promises of carrots and sugar cubes made to them by modern-day politicians rarely materialize. The promises of lower property taxes and lower insurance rates and great soaring skyscrapers and tons of manufacturing jobs are a Trojan horse of the money class. So when a political boss dangles a carrot over your snout, remember, she's wielding a club in the other hand. Rest in peace, Brian. Good night, Karen.
Good night, Charlie.
Good night, everybody.